Hello, everyone. This is Holly, and I am here to do an unboxing of Creative Worship Stamps July release 2025 with the goodies that I received in my design team package. I love this sticker that Corinne puts on there. Opening this package will cause extreme happiness because all the goodies that are in here this month, I think you are going to love. So we've got a number of stamp sets. There's a number of die sets this month, and there's also a stencil as usual. And we also have our stamp of the month. I want to start with that one. And that is this beautiful bird stamp set called Sitting Pretty, with the birds on the telephone wire or on the branch. This is free all month long with a purchase of $75 or more. It will add directly to your order. You don't need to do anything to do that. So a beautiful silhouette stamp. I think you're going to see a lot of samples with this month. This is just terrific. I love this one. We've got a new sentiment stamp set. This one is called God is Already There. And it has 4 beautiful sentiments. Turn your cares into prayers. There's victory in Jesus. Love that one. While you are waiting, God is working. And do not fear tomorrow, for God is already there. I feel like these are all things that you could use either on a card, or if you do Bible journaling or a prayer journal or art journaling, that they would be really good for that. I really like the mix of fonts that she's got in that. And that was designed by Corinne. We've got a lovely new set that combines both birds and flowers, 2 of my friends, and this is by Jennifer Nilsson, and this is called Hummingbird Wishes. It's got 3 different hummingbirds, one in this cute nest. I've not seen another stamp like that before. I think that's very unique. And then she has a couple of different flowers, and then in addition, a lot of these beautiful little sentiments that you could add. His word is like sweet nectar to my soul, but then there's other ones like sending prayers or sending hugs or sending a birthday wish. So you can combine them however you want. This set also does have coordinating dies. It has 5 dies, so it's just the dies for the images themselves. But a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. We've already got some samples up with this, and I expect that we'll probably have quite a few more. I love this. I love those hummingbirds. Those are going to be beautiful to color. And then we also have this fabulous set designed by Corinne, and this is called Thoughtful Wreaths. And we always need a good wreath set. And this one has 2 different types of wreaths. It has this one here with the vines, and then it has this one here. And depending upon how you colored it or what kind of paper maybe that you stamp that on, that could either be a twig wreath that you could then add greenery to, or you could use it for like an evergreen wreath. And then she has a lot of these added little details that you can put on or stack and build up your wreaths. And then some sentiments, 5 sentiments that fit inside the wreath or that you can use separately. It's even got these tiny little berries down here. So this is called Thoughtful Wreaths. I think this is a set that you could use all year long for cards and for your journaling. This also has a coordinating die set with it. This is called the Thoughtful Wreaths die set. And you can see that there is just a ton of dies. I think I counted there's 18. Look, there's even these little tiny dies here for those berries. So there are dies for not just the wreaths and the images, but for all of the sentiments as well. There are dies, which I am really excited about. I think that that's terrific. So this comes as a bundle, but there is an extra thing that Corinne has done for us this month, and that is that she has also created this set. This is called the Lovely Wreaths die set. And you can see that it cuts out a wreath just like this one, or a wreath just like the evergreen one down here. And those cut out separately. So they're different from the dies that cut out the stamped wreaths. They'll cut them out in detail. And I've done a couple here just to kind of show you what that looks like. So here we have the evergreen, or the twig die. And then this is the very delicate. If you look, they're so pretty and beautiful. And you could stack a couple of those up in different colors. And that's the viney wreath die. So that's separate. That's not a part of that bundle. But I just wanted to show you what those dies would look like cut out. And I love that she is offering that this month. So that is our thoughtful wreaths. And then we have our stencil for the month. And this is designed by Jennifer Nilsson. This is called the Funky Stone stencil. And you can see that it's got all of these stones with these different markings and things going through them. Some of these are very delicate. So either you might want to use some pixie spray if you don't want them to move, or if you don't care if they move a little bit, then that's fine. But some of those are super delicate. I did a couple of samples for you just to show you what that would look like. So here's the basic stencil done on gray, and I used a couple different tones of gray ink over that just to give it a little bit of shading, if you can see that. So that's what it looks like. I didn't shift it. I didn't move it around. That's just what it looks like if you put it down and then you stencil through it. So I think, and you could do it either direction, either vertically or horizontally. I think if you were doing a journaling page, you know, thinking about the stone of my help, or an Ebenezer stone, or making a stack of stones as a memorial, that this will be really cool to use in that way. But aside from stenciling through, you could also then spray and do the reverse. So this is a print of the stencil after I'd stenciled it with some brown ink. Then I sprayed it, and then I printed on this piece of paper. So just kind of wanted to show you what the negative, I guess, would look like if you used it that way, which I think is a really neat kind of background look too. And then one more, when I looked at those, I thought of surfboards. And so I made this little panel here, just using those stones and blending them in bright colors, just to make some little surfboards. So that's just kind of a fun thing. Just to remind you that you can use your stencils and your stamps in all different kinds of ways, not just the way that they were originally intended. You know, it's just limited by your creativity. And then I just have one card to show for you today, and that's this one here that I made. This one uses the Funky Stone stencil. You can see that in the background there. I did that with a couple of different kinds of brown inks. And then it also uses the God is Already There stamp set right here with the sentiment in the center. And so I don't know if you can see, it's got some gold embossing on there, and then it also has some mica distress spray, and I think that one is in Broomstick, if you are wondering the color on that. So a little mixed media card there using some of our new products. So that's just a quick introduction to what you're going to be seeing used with the design team for the month of July. We've got some really beautiful new and unique kinds of stamps and stencils and dies for you this month. And I hope that you enjoy the inspiration that you see and get a chance to play with some of these products on your own. Have a great day.